There you go. That's Blotto. I want to be a lifeguard, Michael Eck.
Wow.
I want to be a lifeguard. That's all. I just want to be a lifeguard.
First day of MTV. Are you kidding me? You gotta
Right?
love it.
Right? So Michael Eck is with me. Michael, today would have been Greg Hames' 71st birthday. The
71 years
wow,
old.
wow.
Wow.
Just thinking about that for a moment, right?
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
mind blower.
Yeah. So you and I were talking, you guys were thick as thieves. You guys were pals. You guys were like, almost everywhere I turned, if one of you was there, the other one was going to show up sooner or later. And I always loved that because, you know, I would see you and I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to see Greg. And there he'd be. Or I'd see
Yeah.
Greg and I'd say, I can't wait to see Michael. And there you'd be. And that was great. Um,
I used to keep them
Michael,
in my back pocket just in case. Just in
I'm
case I
glad
needed to pull them out.
that was good. That was good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you did that. So now that you can't pull him out though, what kind of thoughts go through your mind on a day like today? What would have been his birthday?
What a beautiful, beautiful thing he was.
Mm,
Um, we wrote about music together. We played music together. We talked on the phone for like almost 20 years every day. Um, I'm still kind of surrounded by him. For you today, I'm wearing his shirt. I'm wearing a
awesome.
pin that his sister sent me, a pin that my friend Doug sent me. I've got a thing by Woody Guthrie about Woody Guthrie and behind me that he did. I've got an artwork by David Greenberger based on Greg's stuff. So I'm still surrounded by him.
And how
Um,
far away is the kazoo?
the kazoo's in the other room,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. But the thing is, as he would want, none of us is living in the past. Jim Gilbert is running Nippertown now. What a great job. Totally different than it had been under Greg and Sarah. Um, Yet still beautiful, still connected to the local music scene. So we've all moved on, but we all still love him.
Yeah,
I think we can do
yeah.
both of those things at the same time.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, yeah.
So Michael, I was thinking, because you guys were like always around and talking a lot every day, right? There must be stories.
Oh, there's lots of them.
Yeah. Do you have
Could
one
I
you could
take
share
us
with
in the
us?
Wayback
Oh,
Machine?
absolutely. Please do.
Like 33 years ago. So even just prior to this, I was living on Lark Street at that point, like maybe 25 years old. Just prior, Greg and I had been living behind each other on Central Avenue and Washington Avenue. We would call each other up and look through our kitchen windows. We used to call it, Chris, the original Skype. I think nowadays we'd have to call it the original Zoom.
Exactly.
The
I
original
love
Zoom.
it.
We still wave to each other and talk and stuff. So anyhow, we would go to Northampton to over to the Iron Horse. Lucinda Williams, John Hyatt, Richard Thompson spend the weekend there, get a hotel room. American Music Club with his beautiful wife Sarah Aris and our friend Dennis Herbert, uh, T-Bone Burnett, all these different people. So one night in 1989, the Neville Brothers, who we were huge fans of, we'd already seen a few times on Fire on the Bayou and etc. But they had a brilliant new album out called Yellow Moon. We went to see them at Pearl Street in Northampton. The show was just incredible. Greg and Sarah were married in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. So there was all these ties to it. So Greg runs into somebody, like you were just saying. Greg runs into somebody he knows in Northampton. Well, of course he does. The guy invites us to a post-show party for the Neville Brothers.
Oh, wow.
Twist our collective arm, we go. They've got this table laid out with all this New Orleans food. We just had Mardi Gras, you know, literally this week. So
Right.
this felt like Mardi Gras. I can't remember what time of year it was, but there's this table full of New Orleans food. I'm standing in line getting food because Greg never ate. He didn't care that there was food there. But I'm standing in line next to Art Neville from the Neville Brothers. And
Yeah.
he's telling me what I should get off the table. I'm like, all right, again, twist my arm, Art. We sit down, we're eating, we're talking and stuff. Art Neville and Aaron Neville sit down at a grand piano in the middle of the room. The two brothers. Now there's four brothers, but two of
Yeah.
the four brothers sit down at a piano and together play piano four hands. The two of them playing piano at the same time. I didn't even know Aaron played piano. Greg was such a huge Aaron Neville fan. Tell it like it is and all that stuff. They do the Mickey Mouse Club March, which Aaron had recorded the year before for Disney's Stay Awake compilation. They're like 4 feet from us, Chris.
Wow.
Art Neville and Aaron Neville, piano four hands, Mickey right? Greg turns to me and he says, and I quote, "I'm begoggled." Now, here's the thing. Greg said he'd created a new word. The word begoggled exists. It means wearing goggles.
Yeah.
Greg meant it in this sense of amazement, of sheer, oh my godness. Years later, right up until the year he died, we'd be like at a Richard Thompson show, and Thompson would do Vincent Black Lightning again or something and just kill you. And Greg would turn to me and silently go, I'd go see Television and Patti Smith in New York. He'd go, "Were you begoggled?" I said, "Oh my God, I was begoggled, of course." So it was just such a sweet moment to see the Nevilles and then to go to this party with them. It seemed so incredibly Greg Hames. Like I said, of course there was somebody at the show that he knew that invited us to this party, you know. And I forget exactly what that connection was, but so what? We ended up there. It was great. So
It just happened, right? Yeah,
it
that's
just
great.
happened, you know. And
Michael,
it shows too, I think, how much he loved music and how important music was to him. That we'd travel, we'd go see these shows and stuff. So
yeah, Michael, I thank you so much for sharing a story like that with us today.
thank you for offering to have me come in. Can I share one other thing with you?
Absolutely.
We know, you and I, because Greg Hames helped get WEXT started in his own way. We know that if he were here today, he'd love to share stories, reminiscences, fine. But he'd want to tell us about something coming up. The
Sure.
Cowboy Junkies will be at the Egg this Sunday. Kudos to Peter Lesser. He's going to be moving on soon, but all the wonderful work he's done at the Egg, previously Troy Music Hall. He's bringing Cowboy Junkies back. When the Cowboy Junkies played QE2 on their Trinity Sessions album, Greg and I went nuts about the band. Greg gave Margot Timmons, now this was 1988, I think, a cassette tape. He didn't give her a file because we didn't have files back then. He gave her a cassette tape of Graham Parsons and Emmylou Harris. And Margot said to him, "I'm not familiar with this." Greg turned Margot Timmons on to Graham Parsons. And so we wanted to talk about the fact that they're coming to town this Sunday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.